Hi guys, this is going to be a super quick video. I'm going to show you how to make what we're having for dinner tonight, and it is beef in red wine. So it's a one pot wonder, which I am a big fan of. And what I have done is I have cut my beef into little strips, as you can see here, just tiny little, or like the size of your thumb, okay? And I'm popping them into my casserole dish. I've already got some in here that I've been browning off, and I'm going to put it onto a high heat, but I don't use any oil, just dry fry it because there's enough juice that comes from the meat, and I'm going to dry fry it until it's nice and brown, almost until you think the bottom of the pan is burning, because that's when you get heaps of flavour coming out. The cat and the dog are going mad here. So if you feel it's starting to stick to the bottom of your pot, just add a couple of drops of water, but keep trying to get it as brown as you can, okay? And I'll be back when that's all done. So guys, this is now nicely browned off. I hope you can see that there. Browned off. Anyway, I am now going to add 2 onions. Now I just actually didn't happen to have any normal onions, so I'm using 2 red onions, which I've sliced fairly fine. And I'm going to add them and just fry them off for another couple of minutes until they absorb all the juices from the meat, okay? And then I'll come back to you in a second. So guys, the onions have been cooking there for just about 2 or 3 minutes, and they have absorbed nicely any juices that were left in the bottom of the pan. You can see there. And I trimmed all the fatty bits off the meat, just because it makes it a leaner. You can buy really lean stewing steak as well, and I find that's really great. So this is the magic ingredient. I'm adding a pint of red wine in here, and I'm just going, oh, smell. Can you tell I'm off wine for Lent? I'm like, anyway, it smells absolutely delicious. And I'm going to pop in here a bouquet garni. Now, a bouquet garni is basically herbs that are tied together. I'm not even going to bother tying them together because I don't have cooking string here. You could probably use thread, but there's no real need to tie them together because they're big chunks and I can pull them out at the end. So I have rosemary, I have, pop that in there, I have thyme, and I have a bay leaf. The rosemary and the thyme I had in the garden, and the bay leaf, I usually have a pack of dried bay leaves in here. And the other ingredient is tomato puree, which I don't have, and I've sent someone to the shop for it. But you put 3 dessert spoons, I think. Let me just check and see, is it dessert spoons or teaspoons? Tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of tomato puree in here. And you basically bring it to the boil and then pop it into your oven for an hour and a half on a low temperature, maybe about 170, or put it on your simmering plate for the same amount of time, about an hour and a half, okay? So we'll be back. They went to the shop, they got me the tomato puree. So 3 tablespoons, and don't forget a tablespoon is this huge big spoon. It's a serving spoon. It's not the one you eat your cereal, it's bigger, okay? So that's quite a lot of tomato puree. It's probably nearly even a full, actually, you know what, I'm going to put it all in because tomato puree is one of those things that, I don't know about you, and I've probably said this to you before in a video, you can never find it. You use it a bit, you open it, and God knows where it goes after that. So I've probably, splashing all over the place. I've probably put about 4 tablespoons in there, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I just don't want to waste tomato puree. So I'm going to mix this all together. If you want to come over here and have a quick look in here. We really could be doing with a light here so that you can see what's going on. But the tomato puree has already thickened that up a lot. And I'm going to add now to that, I'm going to pop my lid on here, and I'm going to let it simmer really gently for about an hour over here on a nice low heat. If you or if you want to, you could pop it into your oven, as I said before. Guys, our beef in red wine is done, and I just want to show you how beautiful and thick that sauce has become, and the color has changed to a beautiful rich red color. Smells absolutely amazing. I'm going to serve this with some mashed potatoes, and I might have a nice salad with that. You could also, you know, half an hour before the time is finished, you could throw in some button mushrooms and some carrots and things like that and make it into a stew, but I like it just like this. Hope you get a chance to do that at home. And thank you everybody who has subscribed. We hit 400 subscribers today. Can't believe it. Thanks a million. God bless.